this track instead of the back track. See, there's two tracks coming down underneath here.
Yeah. Yeah, there's two.
You can kind of see when you switch out. Now to slow down.
The legendary basement train station.
Yeah.
The iconic station in the basement.
Look at that. Oh, you're mine.
Wow.
And look at that doghouse dinner.
Diner.
Yeah, diner. It looks like dinner to me.
Yeah, have you painted it again?
I did the, yeah, I
This is
did, I
dark.
wasn't too, I didn't like the
Oh, that-
clouds, and I still don't, but I think they're where they're gonna stay.
Yeah, these strange.
Adults can see it. See where the crack is there?
Oh yeah, this
Yeah, and then that whole section lift out so I can get to
this looks like real mountain rocks, and it's like
it's foam. Just
Nice
styrofoam with tile grout.
Hey, Grandpa. Did you
And
catch
then-
a bat hole?
No, there's not the other little hole back there.
Okay, I want to show him what it would look like be compared to that. I want to show him.
Yeah, I think you can get under there.
I think I can.
Let's see. No, the hole's in there.
30 years.
Okay.
Go.
Stand up, Gabe.
I can.
No, not in the back.
Oh, he's back.
Too late. Because they didn't turn out right. They're not supposed to be that white. They're supposed to be more clear. And,
So-
then you do the same thing with this dry brush on the clear silicone, and it looks more like water because they're too white now. They're not. They didn't come out. I had clear silicone, but it didn't work well. And then there'll be more water coming down through.
Oh, that
See
river.
see where the lake is up there?
Yeah.
There's a waterfall there that comes under that bridge, and then it'll come down and add into this water here.
Yeah, that's a big project. When did he start it? Do you remember?
No, well, I just really started working on it lately within the last, well, you were here, weren't you?
Yeah, 2 years ago. But
Yeah,
the initial planning.
yeah. Oh, probably 30 years ago, because the kids were little. Because I had what they call HO, which the tracks are about half that size. They're smaller trains. And
Yeah.
you can kind of see where the grooves were. I had like 3 lanes going around.
Oh, so like a multiple track.
There's a place in Pennsylvania called the Horseshoe Curve. It's a famous curve on the railroad, and it's through the Allegheny Mountains. So that was I had 3 lanes, and the Horseshoe Curve was right in here. That was my focal point. So I had the three lanes wrapping around here and coming back and going through, and then I had it pretty well laid out with that. I didn't have all the track laid, but I had it mapped out and had it designed. And then I realized that the kids didn't want to play with the little trains. They liked the bigger ones better. So I kind of ripped everything up that I had done and recycled it and added on. Put
Yeah.
the second layer on. I didn't have a second layer.
30 years. This is like what, 1993,
But it sat
1992.
idle for
Mm-hmm.
20 years, probably, at least, just with junk on it, 'cause I didn't have any of that second layer on there.
The sponge and
Yeah, I did. I'm trying to think. I did make the bridge though. I had this because I had this in because I made that back when the kids were little. So maybe I did have the second layer on it, and I didn't have any of the styrofoam.
this looks really good.
But when you get the grass on it, it'll look better, because it's just green paint right now.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
one
probably.
wasn't here last time I
I
was here.
got this stuff that stuff to make. I'm thinking I'm taking this stuff and not using. I made these out of paintbrushes. They're just like. Oh no, I used rope.
Yeah.
You take pieces of rope and cut them and put them in a blender, and they just kind of
Fluff up.
So I'm not sure how real they look. I don't really.
And that diner up there, it said a train diner, just
That
static.
was something I bought, and it had a It's a diner, and then it had a square piece that stuck out from it that you could park cars in front of.
So that porch
So
is a car park?
So I took it and eliminated it and put the wood on it and made a deck. Widened it and made a deck and cut the angle off. But it came out kind of about right here. It was just straight out each end and enough that you could park cars in front of it. And it lights up and smokes. There's a pipe that you put in there and it lights up, and then the smoke comes out of the top of it. So.
This one is all new because this wasn't here 3-4 months ago.
Yeah, I just kind of started that. I did that just before I started messing with the barn, and that's all it's done. I'm gonna have a theater. Right, this will be the movie theater. This is gonna be like a car museum, so it'll be mostly glass, and then I can get 3 cars in there and some
Like a showroom.
gas pumps. Yeah.
Yeah, you can probably make it like the Nissan showroom I showed
And
you
I can
yesterday.
get, I can get the tops will come off of everything, so you can get to the lights and stuff like that. Yeah, this will be the movie theater. And there's a movie called old movie called Hot Rod, so I'm going to put that on as as what's playing at the movie, and then have
This car?
that car there.
Which one is that?
This one's called. This will be the theater.
The car.
That's a 32 Ford.
This is one of the first one, right?
Well, it's one of the original hot rods, and it's still popular today.
Yeah, I'm surprised they still drive.
Oh, they're reproducing these cars in metal now. I mean, in real size. There's a place over in Dayton, company that makes original 32 Ford bodies in steel, all the original pieces.
Wow.
Actually, they make Model Ts, which were started in 1914. They make parts for those to make a body, and then the Model A was 27, 28, and 29, and 30. No, 28, 29, 30, and 31 was a Model A. They make complete steel bodies for those, and then they do the 32s, and then there's another company out west doing 33 and 34 Ford bodies in steel that are original reproduction.
These look good. I've only seen them in museum.
Fiberglass. I mean, there's a lot of guys making fiberglass bodies, but our actual steel bodies, they make them.
It looks like a boat.
Yeah. Well, they normally had fenders. They'd have fenders that came over and would cover the front wheels and cover the back wheels, but the hot rod guys would peel them off because they were lighter weight. There's a hole back there.
Tall buildings or short?
Well, one of the buildings is as tall as those are grain elevators or silos.
Mm-hmm.
That's what those are going to be. Kind of see, I just got the ladders taped on them, and there's a building that sits next to that feeds those, and then a couple other buildings, and then that'll take care of that back. I have boards that pop out that those buildings will be on, so I can access them.
You can probably put some fairy lights on the mountains or like antennas, so if you turn the lights off, it'll be a night view.
Yeah, I don't know. These are going to they'll have LEDs in them. Those will. I may put that area back there as a parking lot. This is the board that fits in there. So I'll have cars and trucks behind that building, which really you would only see as a kid coming down the steps.
From the stairs?
But still, I may put, like parking lot lights up there. The streets, there'll be lights on the street around the side. This is sidewalks, all down through here. So they make street lights I could put in there.
You can put like a Hollywood sign, like Centerville written some in the mountains.
Yeah, I could do something. I never thought about that. That would be cool.
With stick figures and paper.
Yeah, I could put something like that up there. That's a good idea.
Just in one of the green valley.
There's going to be water coming down, kind of in those valleys there, but I could put something across the back there, that you wouldn't see until you came around here.
Yeah.
Or span one of the valleys. I never thought about that. Yeah, because I have that there. I don't really need much more there.
Probably like from matchsticks or
Oh, yeah,
Or
I can make
chopsticks.
something. I can make something out of it. But that's it. I got kind of stopped.
You could then you can start charging people money to come and visit this museum.
And then that's like a train maintenance building, you know, and track inspection thing. There's this pair of steps on the back with handrail that I'll put on. I'll probably have a truck, you know, a truck like a train maintenance truck parked in there. I might do something. You know, have something parked there just for a
The train cars.
yeah, just to have.
This is amazing.
So we'll see. I don't know.
And this will run the whole thing, power 60.
Yeah. Well,
So
and
does
I
it
have
pass?
another one.
Does it pass electricity through there? Or?
Yeah, it picks it up on the wheels
Oh, okay.
of the train. So. Yeah, they just pick up one side to the other. So, like there, it's crossing over. Now they do have new. Since I started this, they've changed all the technology for this transformer, and they have all digital, and some of them have battery packs in the trains.
So it's automatic.
So they're battery powered. So it doesn't matter which way they're going on the track. Right now you have to put like where that crosses over, because when it comes back, it changes the polarity from one side to the other of the track when you switch it.
Yeah.
So they'll go across and they'll just hit and want to back up and hit and want to back up. They're confused because it's picking the positive and
negative sides.
So you have to put diodes in the track to switch them. So
You have one there, right? Or no?
They're little. There's one right before the bridge. There, it's that little black square, right in there. They sit between the tracks.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, and then there's one in the back stretch there. So I don't know. I may use them, and I may just buy battery packs and convert the engines over, because I only have. I have those two engines, that older engine, and then I have one like that's about this long, that's big.
It's underneath here, right?
It may be.
This one, the Steve.
That's well, yeah, it is a Steve.
The standard of
That's
excellence.
that's the box for that one. I don't know where. Oh, I know it's back. It's big. It's long, so I don't know. Oh yeah, here it is.
Oh yeah, that's CP.
But it's got like 6 wheels on it and then a tender, so it's pretty long.
This is what 20. This is a newer version, or
Do what now?
is it a newer?
No, that's older. That would be the original, what they used in the olden days. The bigger ones out here, they're out here, are the new diesels, diesel electric. So I don't know. I may just convert them over to battery packs and not mess with it, because this track here, I can underneath that mountain there's tracks that I can switch and make the train go either way on either side. So the train can come around this way, and then I can switch it underneath and make it to where it comes back out this way and turns around. So the train's not always going the same way all the time.
So there's like a chain section.
Yeah, there's
that's
switches under there. Yeah,
that's hidden away the secret.
yeah, it's all back underneath. Because this track here and that track and this, I mean, it's all on the same plane, but there's a way they can cross around and cross over back underneath the mountain. I was trying to get where this track, you could start on this track and go up to the top level, but I didn't have enough. It takes so much room for it to climb.
I kind of want to go see that inside. Can you? Is it visible?
You can go up under here. I don't know.
Do you want to hold this?
I don't have my phone. Put your.
It's on.
Oh, it's on.
You can just hold
yeah.
it like that.
The only thing, I don't know if you could. I was gonna say, if you could put your flashlight on your phone, you'd be able to see under there.
I'll ask you for the phone when I get there.
I don't know if I can push it out. If you want me to push that panel out, because it's pretty dark.
Push the lake out?
Yeah, you just have to push it straight up. you'll see there's a couple of board. Yeah, there you go. Just push it straight up and then push it over towards me. Just kind of set it on the bridge. Just set it on top of the bridge and yeah, just set it gently right there. I've got my thumb in there.
That's okay. Yeah, I'll take those little bits out, but also this.
Else is over, maybe.
Oh yeah, there's a clock, but 2 switches and then the black thing in here. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, the black is the electronics for the switch to.
So when the
motor to activate the switch first. It can. I mean, it can switch to where the train can turn around and go the other way.
So if it goes, there's like a section that can switch left and right, and then train can go off the track, or it can go straight.
Yeah, it can go straight and go one way, and then you can switch it, and it'll come around and turn around and go the other way.
So there's 3 tracks here, 1, 2, and 1 at the far back.
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. And it's switched.
So you don't, if you could just have it running continuously going the one way, but and then like that when it peels off out back there or that new section there that's going to be parking more or less, you can back it in or pull it in either way.
And then there's a track right underneath here.
Yeah, and the top level is its own entity. Now the only thing with the top level, you have to back up. Because there's only one cross. I thought about putting another cross over here, but it just looked too busy.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to back up to get it to go.
Oh yeah, there's the charging train track changing thing. This feels like 30 years of work, or less.
I mean, it does. Once I got working on it, it wasn't that bad. It was just getting motivated to do it.
Yeah, but these look much nicer now because they were yellow when I was here last time.
Okay.
And now brushing them up, it feels like real rock, but
they're kind of
soft.
hard. I mean,
they're
if
hardened
you push
now.
on them, you can break them, but it's just lightweight.
Yeah,
and
this
then
is
did I have
sponge.
That's plaster on top of screen up there where the green is. Yeah, you can pick it with your finger. You can feel it's hard.
Yeah, this is hard.
So.
Yeah, you can see the foam here inside. This is good. Yeah, this needs to be a little.
Yeah, it should be clear, and then you highlight it with the white to make it. So I'm not.
Is it what's it called? The silicone?
It's 100% clear silicone is what it's supposed to be, and I don't know if it pulled something out of the wax paper that I put it on to make it white, because normally clear silicone is clear.
It's clear, yeah.
And that's what it was.
Maybe it's like thicker layer because some of it is nice and clear at the bottom and in the middle.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to try I don't know if I even have the brand that I had here.
Or you could try
there it is. That's it there.
Silicone.
Yeah. But it was a good GE brand. It says 100 and it's clear, 100%.
Can you use the glue for it instead?
I don't know. Glue is not that flexible. That's the only. I'll either do it there or right down here, but I'll probably put it all down.
That's like out of the way, and you can just
that way I'd be out
guide
every
them.
way, and the people can walk around without having, because it gets kind of tight right here.
Yeah.
Between here and here.
So this will be the command center, the control room.
Yeah, I'll just make a board here with the switch.
Or
a layout.
Or hide it there behind if you can stand if there's a space.
That's going to be filled in. So
all of it.
Yeah. So that won't work.
Well, this is also good in the side.
Yeah, it'll be good right here.
You probably have sockets.
All you do is you make a small layout, an outline of the layout with switches on, whether they're on or off with LED lights in them that show you which way the switch is going so it doesn't derail.
That's a good project. I want to see this working one day.
Yeah, I've had the top running, just going around, and was working on the switches.
Are you going to do it this summer? Some of it?
Probably not. I mean,
okay.
If I start racing and
the bike race.
Garage done, I get the barn done. I'll get the barn done. I mean, obviously it'll be done here in a few months, I hope. But if I start racing, it may not. But I may. I've got to buy some buildings and I just don't really want to spend the money on those right now with the other stuff I have going.
This is lots of
And
thinking and
these
hard work.
buildings I'll probably make. There's quite a few. I mean, you can go on YouTube. There's all kinds of guys making stuff for Dungeons and Dragons and
Mm-hmm.
army dioramas and all that. They show you, use like foam board, and you can repurpose a lot of stuff that
Yeah,
looks real.
you can probably use water bottle tops as like
Oh yeah, there's
for
all
the
kinds.
silos
I've
and
been, like these are from pop outs on the boxes we use,
Yeah.
and I'll paint them up, and they'll be manhole covers for the streets. And I'll probably lay, you can lay like a 1/4-inch layer of clay down, and then scribe it so it looks like bricks, like brick streets.
the red ones. Yeah,
They actually make
the cobble streets.
Yeah, they actually make a roller that's
The painted like that.
cut. It's a die cut roller,
Mm-hmm.
and so you put the clay down and you run that roller over it, and it imprints it.
That's
Makes
good.
them look like, and then you just highlight it with, like black paint. You take and thin it.
Yeah, that's cool. Because this is a real project. I don't think. Are there many people who do this size or?
Yeah, there's quite a few. They have one. They just put one in out. You can run these outside too. This train. This train started in Europe, and they call it Garden Railway because it's
The Canadian-
so big. Well, this style of track. Because in America everything was inside. Europeans had outside trains, and they were big. You could see them, and so they call it Garden Railway, and they'd run them through their gardens, outdoors, and they run them year round actually. So that's where it started, and then it kind of came to the States. And the company that started was from Europe. Now there's American companies that are building stuff, but it started as a company called LGB, Lehman something. GEB is the company's name, and they started in Europe. But
Yeah, I
so
wonder.
I could put it. I've got enough track that I could put one outside around the pond, but that's just another project.
Do you measure this angle as well? How
Yeah,
wide
you
it's?
have to have the arcs, and this actually, because some of the trains are long. Let's see.
Like this one looks pretty long for
Yeah, I'm
this
trying to
edge.
think I think this is the. They make an arc that's even bigger. Because they have some cars that are not quite as long as that. Like passenger
Yeah, that's a
cars.
big
Like
one.
if you had a passenger train, a current like this, what's on the tracks today.
Those are big.
They make, they're long cars.
So you can run engines on this, steam engines, and not
You could, yeah.
add cars.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could make a real steam. And there's guys doing that.
Are there steam engines with like you put water and it vaporizes and comes
yeah.
out?
And there's some that are bigger. Their tracks are even that big that the guys ride on. They build them. There's kits you can buy to build a real steam engine, and you sit on it and ride it, and then you pull cars behind you that kids can sit on.
Oh, I've seen
The
those,
tracks
the
are
big ones.
about that wide. I think they're a foot. 12 inches. The spacing between the tracks, 12 inches, is the scale, and then these guys build their own steam engines. But
What do you
that's a
think,
lot
Gabe?
of money.
What do you think, Gabe? Will this be ready by the time your kids are your age?
Maybe.
It probably earlier. It's almost finished now.
It's
It's closer
a
to.
long way. I
Yeah.
just have a lot of small stuff to do, It'll work out.
Yeah, thanks for
I'll keep
showing all the
chipping-
details
chipping
around.
away at it.
ओ भाई साहब नए टेनिस कोर्ट बना दिए पहले पुराने से थे बिल्कुल नए कर दिए ये तो बहुत बढ़िया हो गया थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग अगली वीडियो में अपने कॉलेज का टूर कराऊंगा पूरा कॉलेज दिखाऊंगा वो फुटबॉल स्टेडियम है सामने